people, it is Randy here with a project from Softflex. So if you saw my unboxing video, we had started the little earrings with the paper, and so I'm going to go ahead and finish those up today. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. We're going to jump down to the mat, get this part started. Here we are on the mat. I'm in the upstairs still. Still in the upstairs. I was like, well, may as well just get her done here. So here's what we have that we have started with. We have this. So I should have brought a scissor. I did not. We're just going to rip it. There's one. We're going to have to do the backs, I feel like. As well. So if you saw that video, I already poked holes in these before I glued them down. Here's the hole. So we're going to go ahead and just puncture through the paper so we know where the hole is, because I'm going to hang a little something on there. Okay. Now before we do the other side, danger, there's fire in this video. My cats are just not getting along right now. I guess. Okay, so here is what we end up with. Okay, so this is the front. We also have to puncture through the front, so we know where that hole is at. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and do the back as well. So then when the back's drying, we can focus on the charms and stuff for these. So I'm just coloring this with a highlighter, if you missed this part in the other video. I'm literally just giving it a little bit of color because I like color, so here we are. So there's one, and then we gotta color on all of these. Let's see. Okay, so now we're ready to do the backs. Where's my glue stick? So we're using our handy dandy glue stick, which was included with this kit. And we're just gluing the backs. Same way we did the fronts. Just making sure you're giving quite a bit of the glue. And then stick this. Got beads sticking to me. It's a crafting project. And so I'm just rubbing it, especially to the outsides, making sure that it's going to stick well. Especially since we're using just like an Elmer's glue. Okay, so there's one. And there's the other one. Okay, so now we're gonna let those dry. In the interim, I'm sticky. In the interim, I am going to wind up these for the bottom and these guys for to hang on here. Okay. So I think what I want to do is I want to give these, I'm going to use a little bit of this wire here. This is Softflex's 22 gauge vintage bronze. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start with the flower. So I am going to snag up a little piece of chain here out of my box. Do I have bronze up here? Let me see what I got for bronze. This is just random scrap chain stuff that I keep on hand from a little chainy projects. There really isn't anything too small. Oh, here's some. Hey, this will be cute. It's got a vintage feel to it. This has a little vintage feel to it, so I really like this scrap piece that I found, or just a regular chain will work. But we are going to be using this green pearl, so I don't think I will focus in on any of the little pearls, but maybe on this guy. Or perhaps this little guy. That's cute. So I think maybe, do I have two of these? Yeah, I do. So I'm going to use this smidge here, and I'm literally just going to cut this off. Okay, and then those parts can stay and these parts can go back and we use for another project. So let's see here. I think what I'll do is I'm actually just going to remove this part. This little chain right here. And so you have an option. You could hang this down like this. Okay, these cats are on another level. Or we could create a loop and hang this from the top, which is kind of fun. However, the top of the earring is a little more narrow, so I'm going to go with, we go the other way around. So to go the other way around, I'm just going to create a head pin. So to do that, I'm just going to come here, make sure there's no wire coming out, and I'm going to wrap around 1, 2. I'm going to push this straight out, take it off of there, flip it over, run this tail back up through the top, grab a hold of this, and I'm going to pull this down with my finger to create like a little nest. Kind of got to bend it into place. And then I'm going to tuck this tail in. Okay. Easy peasy, lemon squeeze. So now we can put on our little flower here. Okay. So I'm not going to add any other beads. I really, honestly, I don't think we need any, but I mean, you could if you wanted to. It's up to you. But I don't think we need any. However, I do think that we need a little bit of length. Oh, no, we don't. No, we don't. Just kidding. Okay, so I am going to go ahead and just wrap this. And then I'm going to just stick it onto here. Now there is a jump ring here, so I wouldn't necessarily have to do this right now, but it's here, so I'm going to do it. Grab a hold of that, wrap down to the flower. Give this a little work garden, tuck this tail in. Sometimes tucking tails and these different kind of types of beads, like the check glass and stuff, where they have little divots. If you don't feel very comfortable with that, you can always put a seed bead there. It makes it a lot easier to get everything tucked in. It's up to you. But this is what we have. Now, I am going to trim this chain up just a smidge once we go to put this on. These are still drying, so I am just going to leave this for the time being. But we are going to then go ahead and wrap up our drop, so that's ready to go. And do I want to use a ball head pin for that? I could, I guess. I'll use a ball head pin. Okay, so here I'm going to use a ball head pin for this one, and I'm going to make a larger loop here on the bottom. Now I'm in debate if I want to use a smidge of chain. I don't think I do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to back way up to here. So if you notice, your plier is tapered. So the larger you go back, the larger loop you're going to get. So I want a pretty large loop because we are going to need to wrap around the bottom of that wood, right? And so I'm going to make a pretty large loop here. In order to get that large loop, I want to make sure that when I bend it, I'm leaving enough space that the top of my bead is just about touching the bottom part of the plier right here. Okay, so I'm going to go up and around just as you normally would. Spin, go around. Okay, now I'm going to wrap this directly onto my wood pendant. So I got to have my wood pendant ready to go, or earring. But this is the large right here. Okay, so that's ready. Now we're going to do the other flower, so that guy's ready to go. Although I will say, I think they gave us silver earring wires, and I will probably not be using those because I think I am going to use bronze, since I'm using all bronze stuff here. So we'll get our flower ready. So again, we're just going to come in here and we're going to wrap. 1, 2, push it straight out from your plier, straight, take it off, flip it over, back up through there. So this is the same, that was the same wire that I was using, so I'm not wasting wire because that's never good. We're going to adjust this little nest. We're going to put the cover back on our glue before we just dry up the whole thing. Cripes. I didn't realize that was open. Okay, and then to the flower. I have 3 flowers. I'm just checking because this one looked a little more green than the other, but it's not. It's just my imagination. Nobody's surprised. Okay, we're going to go ahead and wrap this. Onto our little chain. Boop, boop, boop. And wrap it out to the flower. Give him a trim. Ooh, that did not go well. He went up instead of down. Okay, I think I got her. There we go. Okay, so that side is ready. And now again for our pearl. Using the very back side here and giving enough space for the wrap. Okay. This one got a little bit longer than the other one. All right, so that is all ready to go. We need our earring wires in bronze. Woo, things are just flying today. My cats are mad at me because I'm still on the computer. They're just like, what are you doing, Mom? Okay, so I do have, these all look, oh. I'm gonna do some latchbacks. Do some latchbacks. Okay, jump rings for that. All right, so we're ready to rock. So now these guys should be dry. Back you up a little bit. These guys are dry, so again, we're just gonna go ahead, come in here and rip it. one up. Computer just tried to shut off. Silly computer doesn't know we got things to do, man. Alright, so that looks pretty good. This is my disclaimer. If you're don't burn your house down trying to make these. You know. Okay. Alright, so now here's what we end up with. We got the fronts and the backs. So we have to go through and poke now through the holes through the back side. So we had poked in the front, and now we need to poke through the back. Okay. You don't have to get crazy. I mean, it's just a little. Just need to get a wire through there. Okay. So there we go. Ooh, looks like when I did that one, I peeled it up. Perhaps I didn't get enough glue on this side. No worries, we got all kinds of glue. Okay, so I think for the first part, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put on the drops, because once I get everything else on there, that's gonna be a little bit, that'll be a little funny. So now we just have to pick what side we want. I think I'm going to go with this side. So I'm going to take my drop, which I already have ready to go. I'm just going to put it through there. And I'm going to work it around. So this is why we made such a large hole on these drops, because we had to get all the way through around this wood. Then we're going to come in here with our chain nose, and we're going to get a hold of it, and we're going to wrap down. Okay. Trim that off. Now, like I said, I don't know if these drops are plastic or what. They kind of feel plastic, but whatever. So here we are. So we got that one on there. Now we're going to put this one on there. So it was just so happened that I used a green highlighter, so I used green. I was able to use all this green beads, which worked out pretty well. Just so happened that was the highlighter that I had. Okay. Now for this top portion, we're going to use a jump ring, and we're going to attach these chains. Now we want to make sure that these chains are the same size before we go messing around with it. And we need to know how much we need. Honestly, I feel like we could get away with just putting it on taking off the top chain altogether. I thought we were going to need it, but the reality is I don't think we do. So, okay, we can do away with that. Now, if you wanted to leave it as like this, you totally could do that. Maybe I'll do that. Where it's just dangling? For fun? Let me get a jump ring, see how it looks. I think I'm going to need a round jump ring for this. Do I have round? Let's see what we got. Yeah. We got this guy. That's probably good enough. These two are the same. Okay. I'm gonna just try it. So I'm just gonna I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna like it. Let me go ahead and take off this little tinky tot. And let me zoom you guys in so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, so I'm using this round jump ring. This looks to be, where's that other one? This looks to be like a 10. Perhaps it's an 8. 8 or a 10. Okay, so we're going to put this in there. And then we're just going to go through this hole. And we're going to close her up. Cute. Same thing on the other side after we remove this tinky tot. If you're hearing that snap, it's because this is a locking jump ring. When I do use round jump rings, I like to use locking jump rings. These are cute. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take a small oval. You could even do a tinky tot if you want to, but I'm going to use a small oval jump ring. And I'm going to go into this larger one, and then I'm just going to put on my latch back. And these bad boys are done. And there we go. Super cute. I like them. Super, super, super cute. Let me put these away, and then I will show you what they look like a little better. Oh. Okay, so here is the front. Everything is moving and jangling and jingling, and then here is the back. Super cute. Now, another thing you could do is if you didn't want to do the burning thing, I kind of like that because, you know, it's like burnt paper, it's old, it's whatever. If you don't want to do that, you can just make sure this glued down really good, rip it, do a little scissor, and then for this edge, you can go ahead and use a permanent marker on here, just a black or a brown, whatever color you want, and go around the edge. Just make sure not to write on the front or the back, and then it looks all sealed up and great, right? So yeah, so let me show you up here what they would look like. I'm not going to put them on, but I'm going to hold them up, and I don't want these. Oh, front ways, right? Super cute. I like them. They're quite good. So there they be. Well, that was fun. That was fun from the book lovers, right? All right. Well, I hope you guys are enjoying these videos. If you are, please make sure to like and comment and subscribe to my channel. I would very much appreciate it. It's very helpful for the algorithm. I am going to be going away for 4th of July, so this is the only project that I'm going to do with book lovers, minus the bookmark that we've already made. So I've made 2 projects. But perhaps when I get back, we will continue on with it. But I am going to be going away for a week. So that's the goings-ons. I hope you are all having a wonderful, spectacular, amazing day, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.